If Bear Music.
Hey, and welcome back to If Beer Were Music, some of the best music that you haven't heard yet. I'm emphasising yet, and I've got plenty of stuff to tease you and tantalise you with today. Who have I got? Okay, coming up, we will be having 3WOD, Kick the Clown, the Blackbelts, the Archbishop, Moscow Death Brigade, Knucks, Lunar Kiss, Daniel Tedford, and a little something by the legends that were God's Toys. But I'm going to kick the show off, a little bit of fast pace, a little bit of energy. Let's get the show going. If beer was music, love to play it, it's Dragster, Tokyo Joe. There you go, the mighty Dragster, and another track from their Anti-Everything LP, which is available from Bandcamp, as most things I will be playing tonight are, I'll tell you otherwise. Okay, that was Tokyo Joe, cracking little song. Sweet dreams are made of cheese. I have dreamt about cheese, actually. I've dreamt about cheese. I've dreamt about cheese on a number of occasions, and they reckon it's because you eat cheese and you dream. I don't know why that works. I don't know why cheese should make you dream. But anyway, sweet dreams are made of cheese. No, they are not. But it's one of those song lyrics, you know, when you get it wrong. You know, when you've been singing something for ages and then suddenly you see it written down, or somebody looks at you like you're a complete idiot and they say, no, you're singing that wrong. That sort of thing. So I asked that on the Beer Was Music page and things like that, and I've got a few messages to see what sort of idiots people have made of themselves singing songs wrongly. And one of the first messages is from Matt and Jules. Jules tells me that she always thought it was Galileo Figaro. Galileo Figaro, like some kind of Italian biscuit or something like that. I mean, what were you thinking, Jules? You're thinking, yeah, Queen, great band, sort of like gay before anybody realised they were gay, that sort of thing. I don't know how people missed that. Yeah, I wonder how people missed that. But at the end of the day, you thought they were singing about Italian biscuits. Well, mind you, that song doesn't actually mean anything whatsoever anyway, does it? And Matt, I presume your husband, okay, he put down in Exodus, he thinks it is moon men torture people. That's actually quite a good one, isn't it? Moon mentor. And again, you ask yourself, why did you go so long thinking that? I mean, when you're thinking, oh, that was really great lyrics there, Bob Marley, gets to the people, sings what it's all about, moon men torture people. Because I guess that was a real problem with the Rastafari culture or something, I'm guessing. Oh, I like the idea of big fat-faced fellas in fetish clubs, actually. Yeah, that sounds quite good as well. Okay? And moving on. I've got the next track for you, and now it's from a band. Now, I should really have checked this first, because they're either called Freewod or Free WOD, and I don't know which it is. That says what a bloody Egypt I am, and didn't really do my homework, did I? But anyway, they're hailing from Worcester, and they've been for the last few years. They've been doing a lot of the music festivals around that whole Worcester, Oxfordshire, that sort of area and they've done rather well, and they are rather worth a see. And this is a single by them that I think that you're going to like, and it's called You and Him.
I saw you at the station, your long dark hair, blowing in the breeze, you without a care. Well, I was gonna come over, but then it came along. You were lost in conversation, but it seemed so wrong. To me, I wanna be like you, I live, oh yeah. But he's just giving you a spin. Why don't have the guts but I can't give up either. Just wanna be like you, I live. 1 year later, I'm a bit out of touch. I saw you again, we never talked that much. Before he had left you, you're leaving you confused. It feels twice the night, you only have one clue about me. I wanna be like you, I live, oh yeah. But he's just giving you a spin. I don't have the guts, but I can't give up either. Just wanna be like you, I live. Just wanna be like you, I live, oh yeah. But I'm not after just a spin. I don't have the guts, but I can't give up either. Just wanna be like you, I live. Just wanna be like you, I live, oh yeah. But I'm not after just a spin. I don't have the guts, but I can't give up either. Just wanna be like you, I live.
The best music you've never heard.
See, how catchy is that? You and Him. Okay, that's great. I'm going to go to my messages. Let's see. Keith, I used to think the Stone Roses I Wanna Be Adored was I Wanna Be a Dog, and wondering what they'd been smoking when they wrote it. Well, in fairness, whatever the lyric was that they come up with, they probably had been smoking something before, or probably taking something. It's the Stone Roses here, you know, not quite clean cut, are they? Not exactly like straight edge. No, not at all. Talking about that song, a fella called Steve wrote in about his friend Lucy, and he'd said, I think that she had heard this being sung by somebody who sang it as I want to be a whore. Now, see, I like that lyric anyway, I do. But she answered him back and said, we did it on karaoke the other day, so this person knows the proper words now. Well, that's a shame, because if they were doing it on karaoke, it would have been much more fun, like standing there belting out in front of everybody, I want to be a whore. I really quite could imagine that. In fact, I might do that. I might actually go and do karaoke. And there is a point, Lucy Marie. Where were you doing karaoke the other day? We're still on lockdown everywhere. This is, I'm quite jealous now. Secret karaoke places where people sing about being whores. Can't go wrong. Also, with some of their members hailing from Worcester and some from Cardiff, we have the next band that we've got coming up. And they are a nice little outfit known as Kick the Clown. I've been in touch with these because I've heard some of their songs and I thought, well worth a play indeed. Let me see how they describe themselves. They're actually a 4-piece punk band from Worcester and Cardiff, as mentioned. And what they're telling us, the Car Bomb EP, of which the next track will be, is 6 songs written by angry children. Well, you know what? I'm hoping that they're describing themselves as the angry children there. I'd like to think that, because otherwise they've just picked 6 angry children, you know, because, I mean, there's loads of angry children at the moment. The whole lockdown thing's still going on. They're not getting out to play, kicking balls against people's fences, like mine, for example, and really annoying them, that sort of thing. So, you know, children, when they're angry, Lord knows what they want to write songs about. Because if they are genuine angry children that wrote this song, they've wrote about a car bomb. Off the Car Bomb EP, the next track is called Car Bomb. And if it is angry children, watch those children. Here we go. Kick the Clown.
Bombs and explosives, all the guns we see are loaded. We won't be the ones to pay for all the things you said mismade. Car bombs and explosives, all the guns we see are loaded. We won't be the ones to pay for all the things you said mismade. We see things on TV, things that our eyes won't believe. Where in hell do you wanna be? Surely not far in at me. We see things on TV, things that our eyes won't believe. Where in hell do you wanna be? Surely not far in at me. It's frustrating, but we're still waiting. It's frustrating, but we're still waiting. It's frustrating, but why are we the waiting? It's frustrating, but why are we the waiting? All the people here can see what on earth you're doing to me. We just want to be left free, why can't you just let us be? All the people here can see what on earth you're doing to me. We just want to be left free, why can't you just let us be? Talk have open jaws, but you're showing us the door. You make us lay upon the floor. Who are you doing it for? All your dogs have open jaws, but you're showing us the floor. You make us lay upon the floor. Who are you doing it for? It's frustrating, but we're still waiting. It's frustrating, but we're still waiting. It's frustrating, but why are we the waiting? It's frustrating, but why are we the waiting? We can't vote for what we want, and we feel like a ticket bomb. Gone are the days when we shot. We will not do what you want. The men in ties lie and cheat. All the kids have carved feet. All you do is wave and stare. All of our supplies are bare. The bank have all collapsed. Looks like we've relapsed. Tomorrow will be back, perhaps, but we're not even. That's a fact. The 1% live free. The 99 are here with me. You get our money for free. You're still pointing a gun at me. Ah!
What a great sound. That's Kick the Clown and Car Bomb. Okay then, let's have a look at the messages. Sarah, she always thought it said she's got a chicken to ride. Really? And you went through life thinking this, did you? Because, you know, there's a big difference between erotic and kinky, you know. Yeah, erotic is when you're playing around with feathers. Kinky is when you use the whole chicken. So I guess we probably have to ask Sarah what exactly was she thought was going on in the song when they were singing "She's Got a Chicken to Ride." You gotta love her. Okay, anyway, the last band were Clowns, but we're going to move on to Joker, or at least a song called Jokers. And it's a new single by a great other Coventry band called the Blackbelts. We've played them on here before. They've got this new single out at the moment. They're a homespun band, as I've just said. And with this particular one, due to lockdown and all, they managed to film the whole video that they've got with it in isolation. They managed to do it in their own homes and put it together. And it's actually rather good. So to have a look at that and to get hold of the single, have a look at their YouTube channel. It's the Blackbelts. Look that up on YouTube. And you will find rather an interesting little video to go with it. Here's the song anyway. Jokers. Excellent stuff there from the Blackbelts. Right, okay, Pete tells me, let's just read this. The Beatles get back. Jojo was a man who thought he was a woman. I prefer my version. Do you now, Pete? Okie dokie, you prefer it that the bloke thought he was a woman called Jojo. Well, you know what? Good for you, mate. Good for you. You know, it's a very good day. It's a bit of everything. Whatever floats your boat. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, give it breadcrumbs. That's always been a motto of mine. Don't see any problem with that whatsoever. Talking of women called Jojo, we've actually got Jojo. Jojo, she's wrote to me, and she says, as an impressionable youngster, my sister Janet told me that alternative Ulster was turn to a monster. I used to sing it all the time until lip reading and Google let me look it up. So, were you actually waiting to buy it all that time? Did you not actually have it? I mean, that would have took a while. I mean, I'm looking at from the release date of Alternative Ulster going up to when Google came out, and that's quite a bit of time, isn't it? A couple of decades stuck in there. So I'm just thinking to myself, was all this time you were, popping into record shops every so often, going, oh, by the way, you haven't got that Turn to a Monster song, have you? No, I ain't got a clue. Don't know what you're talking about, love. You know what I mean? Oh, no, come on, it's really popular. No, seriously, don't. But anyway, yeah, I'm taking it you got it in the end, and you got it probably once Google let you know what it was. That's excellent. I'm glad you got it.
For the generations that know their music.
Well, if beer was music is nothing if not cultured. And so rather than the next song, I'm going to be bringing you a nice little piece of punk poetry as has been sent to me. And it has been sent to me by Nick Nib, a.k.a. the Archbishop. Who is this fellow, I hear you ask? Well, he's been kicking around for a while. He's been performing since the 70s, one way or another. How would he describe himself? So he's a spoken word stroke electronic performer, a published author, a proclaimer lookalike. Does he make money out of that, or does he just look like one? And a train spotter. And he comes from Coventry. And he's been performing, as I said, since the 70s and done various things. He's been working for a while. And he's been putting some stuff together. And he sent me a number of different things, of which I've chosen something for you. And let's see how it goes. So, let's go for it. It's the Archbishop, and it's called Nothing Could Be Better.
People say life is measured out in coffee spoons. Personally, I think it's 7-inch singles with black and white labels and rock steady tunes. Remember those nights at Mr. George when our world was alive and we danced as though this was the very last moment in time. At the market I bought a suit I couldn't afford, but it made me feel great. It made me walk so tall. Two-tone blue-green best I'd ever seen, black tie, white shirt, leather brogues, braces, badge shades, Neville Staples, pork pie, hat and that. Nothing could be better than that. Nothing could be better than that. This was how we were made, a generation's escapade. 1,000 memories of drunken nights of dancing, laughing and stand-up fights. Jumping on trains, crossing the country, sleeping on platforms, going hungry. Away days, casuals, personal tickets, Sinclair C5s and flying pickets. Rumpled suits, Doc Martin boots. Trying our best not to reproduce. Following that two-tone sound, all around. Following that two-tone sound, nothing could be better than that. Nothing could be better than that. And here we are, still standing, no more creeping up the stairs to find our mum on the landing. Me and my mates are like passing ships, we talk about life and music and artificial hips. I still get off on that punk reggae beat, though not quite as quickly on these old feet. You can close your eyes and still believe you're in the general walk, feeling the heat. And the memories that surround all that are brought upon from some Earlston flat, lie deep inside like rings in a tree that get exposed occasionally. Nothing could be better than that. Nothing could be better than that. Two-tone blue-green vest I'd ever seen, black tie, white shirt, leather brogues, braces, badge shades, Neville Staples, pork pie, hat and that. Nothing could be better than that. Nothing could be better than that. Two-tone blue-green vest I'd ever seen, black tie, white shirt, leather brogues, braces, badge shades, Neville Staples, pork pie, hat and that. Following that two-tone sound, nothing could be better than that.
If there were music.
Yeah, there you go, Nick Nib, a.k.a. the Archbishop, and cracking. I really like that, I really do. Oh yeah, it's quirky, it's really good fun. I've got some more of his stuff that will be probably coming up on future episodes. Okay then, going back to our little messages, and Sai says, the silicone chip inside a head is switched to overload. Let's just get that right, the silicone chip inside a head is switched to overload. I still have no idea where side ahead is. So you thought it was a place. Like, why would you think that was a place? And why would you think it had a silicone chip in it? As such, like, I must get a silicone chip. Where would I get one from? I think there's a place called Ciderhead. Okay, not too bad. Okay, great misinterpreted lyric, as is what we're talking about. But I am going to digress just slightly. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. I was looking at that thing that you get up on Facebook and all them sort of things, Wish. Have you ever seen that? It's a kind of shopping thing, Wish. And I've never really took any notice of it, because I've always noticed it just like throws these things at you, like brand new car, Jaguar, like £1.99. So you begin to think to yourself, I'm not quite sure that this is legit. But anyway, talking to somebody today, and she assures me, yeah, she buys things off Wish. This is actually, she goes, a lot of it is crap, some of it's free, which strikes me as strange. But at the end of the day, we sat and we had a look at Wish. And it's great. And it got us looking at things. And this is what stood out in my mind. And I just really have to share this. And it was like, it was for women to help them when they're camping. And what it was like what I could best describe as a kind of funnel to help them go for a pee. Now, the picture of it was this woman standing, well, I don't know, it looked like she was standing over a valley or something. So she's got this kind of funnel thing with a kind of hose coming out the front of it, and she's peeing standing up. And, I was impressed by that. I thought that's a great idea, And I was just wondering, could that be taken any further? I mean, one thing I'd like to see that being done is maybe lesbian couples. I think lesbian couples, one of them should have it, just so that they can suffer from the same thing that ordinary men and women couples have with this toilet seat argument. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you've left the toilet seat up. Well, I need the toilet seat up. You put it down. Well, we don't want it down the toilet seat. Don't leave the toilet seat up. Because they'd begin, people wouldn't know how it feels. In fact, let's get one of these for our wives, for our girlfriends and whatever, so that they can see the problems faced by this leaving the toilet seat up nonsense. And that was from Wish, and I was really impressed by this thing. Well, also it opens up the possibility of finally they can get to understand, instead of shaking their head in despair when we do it, they can understand the joy of writing your name in the snow on the way back from the pub. Yes, very fair. Life's fair now. And it's made me think, I tell you what, for the next episode, the next podcast, what I think we're going to do is I want you to tell me about interesting things you've spotted on Wish and other shopping sites. Strange things with strange purposes. Okay, pushing on. Moscow Death Brigade and the sound of sirens.
Silence, some will stay and some will break away.
Yeah, good, powerful stuff from the Moscow Death Brigade. That's a cracking one for you. Okay, let's move on with a few more messages before we go on to our next band. Got some great ones on tonight, haven't we? There's quite a lot of the local Coventry bands as well. This is a Coventry-based podcast, as most of you will know. And this is what I've really been enjoying. We've got a lot of the local Coventry bands sending me stuff lately, and I'm more than happy to play it and mix it in with plenty of the other stuff that I'm kind of finding and people are sending me, things that I think you'll like. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody that has been sending me stuff, and thank you, everybody, because I normally write and say, is it all right if I use your stuff? And every single time everybody said yes, so that's great. Okay, what other messages have we got? Tracy, we want you for the QE2. Yeah, well, you see, there you go. You've got that's nice, that, isn't it? The old Village People song, we want you for the QE2. I like that. So that would have actually been a good lyric, because it would have made it a song about cruising, wouldn't it? Would have made it a song about cruising, which in itself has got a couple of meanings. So well done, Tracy. Well spotted on that one. And Nick, what have you told me? What complete hash of a song have you listened to? Oh, it's Madonna, and you heard Eyes Like a Potato instead of Isla Bonita. Well, you were probably just hungry. Did you hear it when you were hungry, Nick? Because, you get a bit of an appetite, you hear that. Anyway, Nick, Eyes Like a Potato. Okay, pushing on, and as I say, I've had a lot of the local bands as well, and new bands getting in touch, and one of them is Knucks. These were recommended to me by a few people. They said, can you play something by Knucks? I've been in touch. They have said yes. So I'm happy to play something off their most recent HKMF EP, which I believe is available on all the usual sources, Bandcamp, Deezer, etc., etc. And the particular track I have chosen is called Tooth. Here you go.
The best music you've never heard.
Hi, Knucks. Tooth. Yep, great. Keep them recommendations coming in. The more great songs and great bands recommended to me, I can check them out and we can get them played on here. It's the best music you haven't heard yet. Hey, says so on the slogan. Okay, a few more messages, shall we? Let's see what we've got. Lloyd, a brimful of asher and a pork pie. Ah, you bloody Egypt. Yeah, I suppose it does sound a bit like that. And Dan, been a long time since I fuck out loud. You know what? Is this a song? Is this a song that you've heard, or are you actually just writing this one in? You know what I mean? Because it doesn't actually say. Been a long time. Oh, well, it might be. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time for all of us. In fact, it's the lockdown thing. We're not out. We're not about on the pull. I get it. You know what I mean? It's not quite the same, you know, on your own. Is it really? Apparently they're doing really reasonable deals on those realistic sex dolls on Wish. No, sorry, I digress. Whoops, I'm told, asking for a friend. Let me see who we're going on to now. Luna Kiss. Yay, Luna Kiss. They're not new, they've been around since about 2009. They've got a pretty good catalogue of stuff, actually. Like they really have, really worth checking out. And talking to them, they were going to be having some stuff out, but it didn't happen because of lockdown and everything like that. So the last thing they had out is the single I'm going to play for you next. It came out earlier this year, and it is called Close. There is more stuff to be coming after lockdown that they've got already and everything like that. That's great. So here we go. Close, Luna Kiss. So Robert tells me it's murder on the dance floor, but please don't kill the groom. I honestly thought this song was about a fight at a wedding. That's the Cov kid in me. Yes, Robert, yes, that is the Cov kid in me. That is absolutely true. In fact, I can vouch for that, being a Cov kid myself. I mean, at my own wedding in the church, it was an absolute shocking fight, and it was actually me. Guilty as charged. Me and the bride's family ended up in a big fight in the church itself. Well, I came off worse. Tried my hardest to get out, but I don't know, they made me stay. I had to go through with it. That's another story anyway. Okie dokie, who else we got? Natasha. Paparazzi by Lady Gaga. Sounds like she's saying I like horses. No, Natasha, it doesn't. I don't think it sounds anything like that. I've tried that one. No. And Brandon, Nirvana Lithian, I'm so horny, that's okay, my willy's good. Yeah, fair enough. Kind of self-explanatory there. Very big-headed of you, Brandon, but no harm done. Right, what we got? We've got coming up, going to Australia. I've had something sent to me by Daniel Tedford. And Daniel Tedford, he releases his first album that he has been working on for quite a while, Labour of Love, and it is called Ego Boo, and he releases it at some point this month. He sent me, I've gone through it. There's one particular track that stands out to me. Nice little bit of indie pop, absolutely excellent. And the track is called Cat Cat. So see what you think yourselves.
Myself against your leg, don't act like you don't know. Should be on the prowl. You know it ain't my street if I'm not seen. Cops on the beat, ain't got nothing on the heat I'm packing. Should be on the prowl. Front to the back door, crying out of the world behind the window. Pane the glass. I hear the call in the alley. I'm the one. Barbed wire of love, a tangle with a downward dog. Should be on the prowl. If I'm not seen, cops on the beat, ain't got nothing on the heat I'm packing. Should be on the prowl.
Yeah, there you go, Daniel Tedford and Cat Cat. Staying with cats, Andy says, into the valley, this disease is cat skin. Oh, dearie me, you'll have the cat lovers on your back over that one, won't you? And here's one that actually came in off a couple of people. R.E.M., yes, from the Sandwinder Sleeps Tonight. Everybody thinks it says, call in Jamaica, when the actual line is, call me when you try to wake her. So, you know, I thought that one. I've always thought that one as well. For years I thought that was... I think everybody must think that, call in Jamaica. It does sound like it. I mean, I can't tally it. And no matter how many times I listen to him, I can't hear him say, call me when you try to wake her. I mean, what happened when he wrote this song? There you go, lads. This is our really good next song for REM. And what do you think of that line? And they're going, well, Michael, we don't quite understand what you mean by calling Jamaica. No, lads, I didn't say that. I said, call me when you try to wake her. They go, well, it doesn't sound like that, Michael. It sounds like calling Jamaica. No, lads. You're listening to it completely wrongly. It's call me when you try to wake her. They'd have been arguing, wouldn't they? Like, yeah, but calling Jamaica has only got 5 syllables, Michael. You've got like 1, 2, 3, you've got about like 100 syllables in call me when you try to wake her. It doesn't sound like you're singing that, but he would have argued, and apparently he won. And ever since then, he won his argument because he's stubborn. Michael Stipe, obviously a very stubborn man, didn't listen to anybody, and now everybody thinks that he sings calling Jamaica. In fact, he might think about rewriting that. It wouldn't do him any harm whatsoever. Michael Stipe, biggest lyric mistake ever. Okay then.
For the generations that know their music.
And for the older generations that know their music, especially coming from where we do, shall we remind ourselves that there have always been some fantastic bands coming out of this fair city of ours, Coventry. And I'm going back to the days when there was a number of bands like Squad, Criminal Class, and a few others kicking around, and there was loads of them. There's a whole album sent from Coventry, which was a brilliant album. I've got the tape of that somewhere. I think it's on an old cassette. I really need to transfer that digitally somehow or other. And one of the bands that were kicking around at the time was an outfit known as God's Toys. They were actually one of my favourite out of all them new wave punk bands that were kicking around in Coventry at the time, and they nearly made it big. Everybody should have really heard about them. Because what I'm trying to do is I want to try and get some of these old classic Coventry bands and get a track or two on these shows now and then. And I think I'll start off with God's Toys. The reason being, I know that Dill from God's Toys is still recording stuff at the moment. I might try and get some of that coming up. And it reminded me of some of the great, fantastic songs that to some people may sound like they come from another era, simply because they did, but they were innovated, they were there at the time. I saw them quite a few times. The very last time I saw them, I think it was in 1979. They were on the Ant Tour. I think one of the highlights of their career was that they actually worked with Adam and the Ants. They'd done the Ant Tour, which I've been led to believe, and I don't know if this is true or not, I haven't heard it from the horse's mouth, was where things went wrong. Musical differences. It's always musical differences with bands anyway. And I've seen them at the Coventry venue Tiffany's, which is now a library. Yeah, a very good library, but I wish it was still Tiffany's, the old gig place. They eventually split up in 1981, and most of the band members went on to various musical projects all over the place. And as I say, Dill, the singer from God's Toys, is still producing music now. Well, worth a listen. I'm going to be checking some of that out. But in the meantime, as a last song tonight, as a bit of a nod to these fantastic bands from that era, I'm going to play you a track, and some of you will not have heard this before. Give it a chance. It's God's Toys. Everybody's Got a Mother.
Everybody's got a mother.
She's grown up and died. Antiseptic minds. Started to my baby to the true white lines. The summer weather red, thrown together. Chitter chatter, rattle, rattle, always on the weather. Plastic is by my genital dead. The laser gun burn inside a brainwashed head.
Everybody's got a mother.
relax. Courtroom sitting, face to face crazy, skills he's a bitten. Four-wheeled armor with morning battle, sex, drugs and rock and roll, your brain begins to rattle. From jealousy to sadness, to be past man. The last off the stage, but don't you understand? Everybody's got to mellow.
Ah, a big chunk of nostalgia for me with God's Toys. And but no worries, because I'm still looking for the great new sounds, great local bands, great new stuff, anything. Recommend it, send it to me, whatever you want. Got a new single, I'll play it on this show. I'm going to thank Keith, as usual, for doing the mixing for me and getting this produced. Thank you very much, Keith. Excellent job, as usual. And one last message, and the last message that I have got before I finish this episode is from Diesel from Dragster, who we opened up with. What's he got to say for himself? Diesel, never mind the song sounding wrong. Your introduction, If Bear Was Music, actually sounds like If Bear Was Music. Oh, does it now, Diesel? Well, thank you very much for that. Does it sound like that, or is it your hearing, mate? Is it your hearing? Because I was going to talk to you about your hearing. I've heard some of your chords lately. Okay then, mate. Okay, that's it. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks for listening. Catch you next time.
The best music you've never heard.